Hello everyone, Todd the Cat here. Today, we are playing some more Plants vs Zombies Garden. I'm so used to saying Garden Warfare 2. Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville. This is the third game in the franchise of the Garden Warfare series. It's just a different name. Today I'll be showcasing Nightcap. Now, firstly, this is a skin.
Press the L1 button for settings.
Actually, to be respectful, I am going to actually take off the skin. I don't actually know how to get this. I don't know how I got it, so we're just gonna go with standard. There it is. Now I use sporadic, piercing, power, and fearless. Now I have upgraded it, that's why. Again, you'll eventually get that. Anyways, let's go. So she only has one attack, just simply a slice. I mean, ow! I mean, like, it's just simple. We'll test here. 13 damage per shot. Not bad. Also, in my last video, I completely forgot to say, is that there's a pie location here. So if anyone wants some pie, it's on top of there, but I've already collected it. So that's why it's not appearing. But yeah, let me demonstrate something. Oh. There's a double jump to the character as well. So you have 2 jumps and a simple attack. Yeah, it's not that many attacks like last video, so this one will be a bit shorter. But let's start off with the basics. Firstly, this slash is pretty good. It's just like enemies like submarines can easily stand the shots. But there's an ability to help you with that if you actually suck at the game like me. I didn't even know that killed you. But yeah, if you're like me, you probably suck at the game. So, we're gonna go with the first ability that I'm going through.
Press the L1.
Yeah, we're not going with casting shadows yet. We're going with Shadow Sneak. Now when you use this ability, you're invincible to others, and then you can just go from behind and kill them. Actually, a challenge as well for the character. See? So it's pretty useful doing that. So like you can just, if you want to earn XP on this, you can use that. Go into this, and you're much faster. Also, a little tip: do this while walking, because it's much faster. And if you use this regularly, it can be very useful to getting the sneak attack on the enemy. And it can be used for getting out of tight situations, which normally you actually die as soon as you somehow, because like they just get a lucky shot on you. Next attack is this. What is it called? I completely forgot what it's called. Casting shadows. Now while you're in this, no one can see you. No one at all. Kind of like this, except it's a ball. And you can attack while doing it. So, like this, I'm going to try attacking. It's not allowing me. If I do this, as you get to attack, and anyone in it slowly take damage. And while in it, it messes around your movement, so you have more chance of staying in. But these AIs generally don't care, and they just move on however they like. So it's a bit harder to showcase that, but it'll happen during games if you trap people in it. And yes, this can be used defensively and defensively. So defensively, so you can actually hide yourself, and then attack, which can also be a bit of offense. Or if you want to make people slowly take damage, and make sure they get stuck somewhere, you can easily, you can easily use it. And as you can tell, they are going to slowly take damage, which means good. And also, because it's hard to escape, it means you can get those easier shots. And so you compare this with the shadow sneak, which can be really good because you're going in for that sneak attack, and then you're throwing down the bomb, and then you can easily attack them. It's a good strategy. Now, I would say this character is kind of a, well, it's not really that much of a snipe, but they do have that good range, so it is like a snipe. So it's good to have mid-range to long-range distance. Up close isn't really her thing because of the 75 HP. Yeah, you're an easy target to death. You're basically just one step away from death's door. Then you eventually find all these pies. But yeah. On to the final ability. Kung Fu. Now this will have some charge and you can die while the charge is up. It'll do 2 to 8 damage. And it's extremely quick. Now this can be used when there's tons of people, and you could pair it with that and then Kung Fu while they're stuck in the vortex. Well, the shadow, the blast radius. Or you could use this and then sneak right in and pull it right off. I'm gonna jump in, and now that we're out, I'm gonna use it. But remember, you can still hit during the charge up. So don't just try to jump in where there's a bunch of enemies are around you. Because they could, if they're all targeting you, it's pretty obvious that you're going to die. So the character is pretty simple. The character seems easy to learn. Now I don't know if I gave a rating to the other one, but 80s action hero on the zombie team I would say is medium to learn. Just because of the whole aiming thing. And you're not always going to hit. It might even be hard to learn. But this character, I would say to easy to medium, just to simply learn. Yeah. You know, to simply slash from a distance. And it doesn't even require that much aiming. I mean, sure, you still have to aim, but that distance is good. And it's a bit of a hit. You have that hitbox to it. As you can tell, it's a bit more of a bigger hitbox than... No, it's a smaller hitbox, but it's tilted, but stretched out. That's basically what it is. I've stuck around for so long. So tips. Keep a long distance. Just so you don't get caught in very fast attacks. For example, Super Brain, the punches can do a lot of damage. And you could get knocked out pretty easily. That can definitely happen. When fighting up close, don't go too close. Keep a distance. Because the time you're fighting up close is when people actually come to attack you. And this is why I would use this ability just to escape, because you have to be safe. Or you could risk it all and actually try to fight them. For my final tip, use the smoke bomb to trap enemies and then try to kung fu them. Or use it to slow them down so your teammates can attack them. Because hey, teamwork makes the dream work. And this game just rely on, well, teamwork, because they're specific. Okay, this is gonna take a lot of tries. Specifically, I'm just gonna go with that. Specifically, makes it based around teamwork with two heroes, one plant, one zombie. They can play as just for that, where you can join up into one, like this spaceship. Oh well, a tree with acorns in it. Yeah, that one doesn't sound so exciting. Do you get anything from looking at the shiny scans? What? You can't attack? Oh no, you can't. You can't attack them, of course. But when you're exploring areas searching for enemies, you don't want to get too close. So you want to use your shadow sneak ability when searching for enemies. Where's the man? So. Okay, he's dead. And also, you leave this little trail, so even if you're running, people might see that little trail and know that there's a nightcap, even if you're behind cover. So, I didn't know that enemy was there, and I was exploring the area. When I come around, I see him, and I begin retreating, because I know where an enemy is. And then I could, like, go over, and do that, and he doesn't get great. There's a lot you can do, but mostly your special abilities really matter if you're going up close, and you can do this from a range, from a distance. I did not mean to do that. But basically, when you see an enemy from a distance, you could just fail, but you could just throw that to them. Throw a bomb onto them, basically, for them to get stuck, and then you constantly strike them. That's one of my tips. And I hope you find it useful. But yeah, like and subscribe if you found it helpful, and if you enjoyed. And hope you had a great time on them. Bye!